Hey everybody, Superfly Gaming back here with another video, and today we're going to be covering another episode of Spiffo School, and in this one we're going to be talking about the trusty baseball bat, a popular cult icon, particularly in zombie films like The Walking Dead, The Last of Us for example. So let's see how it works in Project Zomboid. Okay, so starting off, here I am in Riverside by the church, and a couple of zombies, easy to swing. The thing about the baseball bat is it does have a good reach, and it is particularly powerful. One thing I really like about it as well is the ability to knock back the enemies, the zombies onto the ground. I'm just running away from them here because I'm scared. So here we are in the church, and we're in a bit more close quarter combat situation. As you can see, I'm quite a bit swamped with zombies here, but the baseball bat is particularly useful against single zombies usually, maybe one or two or three, but in this kind of situation it's a bit more tricky to use, as you can see. I would say the benefits of this weapon is it has a good knockback. As you can see, it's knocking them all on the ground quite quickly, but because there's too many of them, it's kind of difficult for me to just quickly tap them on the head with it. As such, oops, good job for God mode. For those who haven't seen it before, for reference, I put God mode on to do a demonstration. I'll take it off shortly after to show you some more effects of the weapon. So here I've got debug mode switched off, and I've got quite probably the same amount of zombies as I did inside the church coming at me, but a bit more spaced out. The baseball bat really has quite a good long range, but I do feel it is a little bit too close for comfort still, because it's, even with these swings, it's still quite far away. But as you can see, it's very effective against knocking them down and killing them. The baseball bat is actually, I'm taking them on one-on-one here, but it is capable of taking two zombies out at once, but I don't have that on myself. It's also a really durable weapon, and it's probably one of the better ones in the game, I would say, and it's a good for a starting weapon. If you play the game with the, I think it's called the starter pack or something like that, in the sandbox options, this will be given to you automatically when you start the game. And it is a really useful weapon, I would say. It's not particularly good at breaking down doors. I myself carry around a spiked baseball bat, and it doesn't really deal much damage. I mean, this only deals about 5 damage to a door, compared to the axe, which was 35. So not an ideal situation really for getting into locked places, unless you're going through the window. So here I have all the zombies coming at me, and I've given them quite a few whacks with the endurance dropped a little bit, and he's fatigued, but it's not really doing much to them. And like I've said this before with the axe, it's the kind of thing where you're going to get swamped quite easily, and you'll see in a second. And as you can see in my frantic efforts, I'm trying to save him by putting God mode on, but it doesn't work, unfortunately. So let that be a lesson to you that it doesn't particularly work all the time, this baseball bat. Again, the same kind of situation with the axe. You are going to get into a lot of trouble very quickly if you become overconfident with it, because like all weapons, when you're fatigued or when you're overheated or any kind of mood that affects you, it's going to seriously start to affect your combat effectiveness. I feel like it would be a bit sad to just leave my clone lying on the ground. I say clone because I've literally duplicated the character. But we're just going to quickly bury him here. I think that's only fair. The baseball bat can be found in numerous locations. It's usually located in, you can find them in wardrobes in people's houses. You can find them in bedroom wardrobes particularly. in survivor houses, in drawers and cabinets. You can see them sometimes in grocery stores and some of the petrol stations as well, gas stations. Also found in sport shops like this one here in Go for Sport, Time for Sport in Riverside. With some nails, you can upgrade it with a hammer to make a spiked baseball bat, which is more effective in my opinion, but is slightly, yeah, there we go. I'll cover this in another video though, so stay tuned for that one. Okay, so here we are again on the Project Zomboid Wikipedia page for the baseball bat. We will always do this when going over items, just to describe more detail about them. So it's a blunt weapon, so it registers as a long blunt on your character's stats page. It does, like all weapons, become stronger when you get stronger. So you can build up your strength by playing the game and make it more effective. So again, as usual, early game, not as effective. Later game, highly effective. It has an encumbrance of 2. It is also two-handed, so you can't swing 2 at the same time. It has a max condition of 15, so that's actually higher than the axe, which was 13. Attack speed 3. The range from 0.61 to 1.5 tiles. The damage is 0.8 to 1.1. Now, that's lower than the axe on the max damage level, but around about the same on the minimum damage. So for, I would say, quick combat, it's actually quite an effective weapon compared to the axe. And you should probably use something like the baseball bat as opposed to other weapons, because they are quite numerous in the game world. The knockdown is 2 here, so it's higher than with the axe, for example, and the crowbar. The reason why as well is obviously it's a baseball bat, but the point is having a knockback is a really significant advantage, especially when you're playing against different types of zombies. I personally play with shamblers, but I know a lot of people like to play with fast shamblers and some people with sprinters. I have used this weapon against sprinters, but it's only really effective to push a zombie down with a baseball bat, to knock them back, stand on them, and then take care of whoever else is coming at you, if you can survive that, of course. So it is quite useful for that. As the Wikipedia page says here, it is particularly effective against lone zombies, but it does have a high chance to knock them down. And the killing blow, of course, can come from the bat or from your foot, depending on if you want to save some of that condition on the baseball bat. Yes, it really isn't effective against knocking down doors at all. You'll be there all afternoon, whacking away at the doors. So keep that for axes. I mean, if you're out and about and you need to get in a door, like the locked doors in the containment facilities or storage units, you know, probably go to those places with an axe rather than a baseball bat. Not good for chopping trees, of course. When it comes to repairing it, it's for some reason a lot worse than it was with the axe, if you remember the axe. Here, for example, you need 2 units of wood glue, and it potentially repairs 20% with a success rate of 35%. Duct tape has a potential repair of 10%, but a chance of success of 95%. And this is really important as well. Make sure you pay attention to this. I mean, the whole point of this school is to help new players mostly, but you know, even with me, I didn't know until a few weeks ago that you're wasting your resources for different items, repairing them with things that don't really repair them. Like for instance, with the axe, the wood glue is extremely effective, but here obviously with a baseball bat it's terrible. So take care when using repair items. Yeah, this is another thing that I think is really important. Repairing the baseball bat, following repairs are less likely to succeed. This is actually really annoying. I was in March Ridge once and had a lot of zombies to kill, but the baseball bat was starting to break quite often. I kept repairing it with some adhesive tape I found in the school, but it just completely knackered it. So I would suggest looking for new weapons. Don't rely on it too much. As we briefly said in the video, the baseball bat can be found in numerous places. I would say most commonly I find it in houses. I would see them in the wardrobes. I've never really seen one that often in a bar, although there aren't really that many bars, so I understand that might be the reason. Storage units as well, you know, like I showed you in the video, sports stores, you should always find one there. Crafting, you can use it with a hammer and a bunch of nails, 5 nails, to create a spiked baseball bat. And you can use it to make watermelon chunks. I don't know what the game's obsession is with smashing up watermelons. But yeah, that covers the details of the baseball bat. So, which is a quick video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video on Spiffo School.